folks. So last time I was talking, I was telling you, sorry. I was telling you that, I haven't gone out of my way to research how to maximize experience for most things. Sorry, a little belchy here. But for this one I have. Because I did it like way back in the past, and I just happen to remember this one. In order to get maximum on this, you'll see why, but you have to have persuasion of 6 at least. At least that's what they said. In order to get the maximum thing. And even then, it's kind of hard, I think. So, but we'll see. I'm not going to tell you why you need the persuasion of 6, but you do.
Hey, hold on a minute there. I'm afraid you're committing a 351. That's trespassing on private property. I'm gonna have to ask that you vacate the premises immediately, or I'm afraid I'll be forced to radio this in.
It's like a public sidewalk. Didn't you get the call?
Huh? What call are you talking about there, Chief?
One of the artists pissed off the directors, so I'm to pull their art from the show.
And who might you be then, Chief?
I'm the museum director's assistant. Think you can let me in?
Yeah? That pay well? Take a one look at you, I'd say no. No shame in that. Us working class folks gotta look out for our own. You get a promotion out of it. How about buying an old chunk of bear claw and a cup of joe?
Old Chunk. I bet we could look him up on Kilpatrick's thing. I might do that after this. Deal.
Look, I'll let you in, but I'll be filing a 62A on this when I get back to the security station after my shift. Just so you're aware.
I'd expect it. Better file a 45B as well, just to make sure.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I mean, who wouldn't file a 45B, huh? Everyone knows about 45B. Anyway, go ahead on in, and you have yourself a nice night.
Yeah, see ya. He opens the door for you. And just walk right in. Alright, so first thing we're going to do... Oh, I can do that. Alright, the first thing we're going to do... So this time I'm going to alternate between Blood Purge and Blood Strike. And I'm going to get that gun out, but before I do... I don't have melee weapons automatically equipped, but we'll use this knife, I suppose. And, that is a cool animation, but what you're going to see is it's basically going to be me fighting myself. So let's see. Cain slays Abel. So what this is this is the origin of vampires, and these are paintings. So Cain slays Abel. So what we have to do is we have to do it in the exact right order. Cain spurns Lilith. Cain cursed by God. Cain meets Lilith. I don't actually remember. Well, while we're worrying about that, we'll just take the cash box. Lose some humanity. Oh no. How horrible. Looks like Cain slays Abel. Cain... God curses Cain. Cain, meets Lilith, and then he spurns Lilith. Because there's some... I do remember there was some sort of thing where, Lilith is... one of the like, originator vampire type things. So I think he must have been a vampire first. That's why I'm guessing that. And I was right. Let's see who it is. Oh, does that person look familiar? Okay, I think I need to go to my inventory and change to my gun here because I'm not doing any damage there. So I'm going to use this. And then... and I am actually going to use a blood pack because I can't do that again and he will whoop me if I don't. So this is kind of cheap for this like versus one enemy stuff. But yeah, I was basically fighting myself there. I was basically fighting myself there. I get rid of that. And I can come out. Actually, there's a way you can get out of here if you go out this door. And you can rip off this bar. Unfortunately, my character doesn't have enough strength to do that. I think you have to have at least 3 strength to do it, which I do not have. I have enough inspection to notice it. I can try. So I'm gonna run this way. I know what I can do. Because he'll talk to me. I'll just... Oh, look. Oh, no. I guess you can't... I guess you can't do anything about it now. Let's go ahead and save that. I just want to save that after I did that. You know, now that I'm doing this again, I realize that, yeah, I want to always keep that LP number by itself. I don't want to save over that just because, in case the video doesn't record, I can redo it. I don't think that'll be a problem, but it could be. So before I go further on that, one of the things the Camarilla mod did, which, I mean, this is actually something I didn't mind so much. What I minded more was the changes to the disciplines and the changes to the disciplines and the crashing, the greater amount of crashing. Now maybe there's a newer version that doesn't do that as much. It's quite possible. And it might have been because I had the unofficial patch alongside the alongside that. Maybe they weren't entirely compatible. So let's get some blood back. Well, that animation messed up.
Good God. Don't they have street cleaners around here?
Puh. Don't they have street cleaners? Anyway, who cares? But yeah, so now that I'm playing again, I realize how cheap the Tremere is. I mean, at least if it's just one enemy. It gets harder in further parts in the game where you're fighting multiple enemies. When it comes to one enemy, when you have those first 2 thermologies, you just blood purge, blood strike, back and forth, and he just can't do anything to you. You just sit there and leisurely shoot at him. Like, that fight would have gone a lot faster if I had initially gone back to my gun instead of doing that knife. Which is probably what I should have done. So let's go on up here. Can I see that? There we go. going to save it again right before this, because in order to do this correctly, you have to, I think you have to, like, click the exact right options. And it's quite likely that I won't do that correctly. No, cancel. I'll just save over the 14A. It's quite likely I won't do it right, even with a persuasion of 6. So, let's see.
You. What were you thinking?
The
museum. That was my event. Did you think I wouldn't find out?
Wait.
Shut up. I thought I could control my sister as long as Tongue was out of the picture, but nothing's changed. I should have expected that you'd succumb to Jeanette's influence like all the others, but how dare you!
I didn't do it, I
Don't
swear.
lie to me! Jeanette already confessed she tricked you into doing it. It was probably all Tongue's idea. I'll deal with them later. But that's still no excuse for you ruining my museum.
Oh, I brought a diary from there too? Oh shit, I didn't read that diary. Alright, let's reload. Let's reload and read that diary. I did grab a diary, I remember that now. I did get that diary, so if I don't read the diary now, and this is... Oh, this is her diary. Yeah, so I'm going to end up giving that to her, so I would never have read that, so let's do this now. Just arrived here at the Ocean House. We have a week-long holiday here in Santa Monica, and Ed has booked us a room for the hotel grand opening. It's a wonderful place, almost magical. The children have been swimming all afternoon. The first 2 days have been almost perfect, except that Ed can't seem to stop asking about the locket I received from my mother. He seems to think it was sent by some other admirer. Ed can be sweet, but sometimes his jealousy can get the better of him. Hopefully he'll feel better tomorrow. Sun is out today, not a cloud in the sky. Ed seems a little on edge. Keeps guessing as to who my new boyfriend is. Silly Ed. There was a picnic for the hotel guests this morning. Quite a grand affair. Ed is in the dark mood. I don't know what I can do to reassure him that he's my one and only love. The only time he seemed to brighten up was when he was speaking to the groundskeeper. Boys and their tools. Oh, man. We only have 2 days left, and thank God we're finally going home. Ed won't speak to me or the children, and I found him more than once in the bathroom holding the locket and staring at it. I'm afraid he's suffered some sort of breakdown. I've told him we can go home, but he just shakes his head. He won't look at me. I just want to go home. Ed left early this morning. I haven't seen him since. If I haven't seen him in another hour, I'm going to call the hotel manager. Against my better wishes, Ed Jr. went to look for him downstairs in the basement. I'm going to send Tiffany down to fetch him. Oh, that was a good idea. Wait, someone was knocking at the door. Oh my God! Ed, covered in blood, coming to kill me. Locked myself in the bathroom. He's gone crazy. He keeps shouting we'll be together forever, and he'll never let me go. Someone please help. The writing trails off the end of the page. Oh, man. I think you might be able to do this one without the 6.
You. What were you thinking?
I think you might be able to do this without the 6 charisma if you do it exactly right, where you say like positive and negative responses to each one the same amount, like exactly equal, but it's kind of tough. I'm not sure. There's like one section, which we'll probably see here in a second maybe, where they're sort of arguing with each other, and you kind of have to like take sides or whatever, and it's kind of tough to figure out which is the right one to do, the right number. But maybe you can get around that if you have the 6 persuasion.
The museum. That was my event. Did you think I wouldn't find out?
But...
Shut up. I thought I could control my sister as long as Tongue was out of the picture, but nothing's changed. I should have expected that you'd succumb to Jeanette's influence like all the others, but how dare you!
I didn't do it, I swear.
Don't lie to me! Jeanette already confessed she tricked you into doing it. It was probably all Tung's idea. I'll deal with them later. But that's still no excuse for you ruining my museum.
So I'm gonna give her both the diary and the locket house. Or the locket from the house.
Excellent. I'll take that. However, Jeanette claimed you did it for her. That's sad. After all, you've acted decently and rationally up to now. I imagine you'd still like me to call on you.
Yes?
There's only one thing. If Tung gets word that I threatened Jeanette, which he most certainly already has, it's not likely he'll believe me. So, in order to call off the feud, you're going to have to convince Jeanette to forgive me first.
Huh. So see how that's there? It's like, and how do I do that for Santa Monica's most powerful kindred? I'd be happy to. Like, see how I'm buttering her up with number 2, but it's sort of neutral with number 1?
I made some threats against my sister. Idle threats, involving fire and her impious satin cheeks. She took me quite seriously, and is avoiding me. I went to meet with her, and explained that they were set in the heat of the moment. I asked her to meet me at the Surfside Diner to reconcile. I'm busy with the club and my other endeavors. I'd like you to go to the diner and promise her that I don't plan to take any action against her. Wait for her in the back booth, near the phones.
I'll go, then the feud is off. Oh, what? Ah, okay, I just pressed ooh. Okay. Yeah, I just actually pressed tilde, which brings up the command menu, and I didn't mean to do that. Alright. But it's okay now. I'll go, then the feud is off.
I want to see my sister. Yes, I'll call it off once I've spoken with her myself.
Well, this
Just do
can't
what I ask.
this can't possibly go wrong. I'm sure she's completely trustworthy. I'm sure everything at the diner is going to be completely okay. Just in case. Oh, I can't have a weapon now. Yeah, I pressed the button. Okay.
I need to speak to Jeanette face to face. I don't have time to argue about it.
Okay. Well, I can get another computer. So why don't I do that and look at their computer messages? But I have a bad feeling I'm gonna have to reload this. I have a bad feeling pressing tilde like I just did caused a bug where I'm never gonna be able to get out of here. Hey, what are you doing Friday? What are you doing Friday night? I was thinking about stopping by the club. Maybe we can do some dancing. You dirty little slut. How dare you meddle in the affairs of my city? And with that disgusting Nosferatu, no less. I'm disgusting? I'm not the one that let that Nosferatu touch me. Can't you see that he is trying to tear us apart to take over the city? How could you? And now my gallery too. I'm going to show you a little something, Jeanette. The sun. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, if I have to reload the game, I'm just probably going to. If I have to reload the game and do that again, I might just get past just what we just did there and then start from there. I don't know what caused that bug, but that would be an unfortunate end. Oh, these are just emails. Bertie. Arthur? Like Arthur Kilpatrick. Alright, this video is almost over anyway. Jeff. Sarah. Sarah too, huh? And Jack. No wonder in that. Alright, well, this is the end of this video. I'm gonna look and see if I can't get out of that elevator, and if not, I will reload the game from before, get past that point, and then we'll start again from there. Alright, I'll see you then. Later.